What's up guys, Daniel Vadnal, Fitness FAQs. In this video, I want to talk to you about 3 things that I wish that I knew before starting calisthenics. To start off with, I'll give you guys a bit of history about myself for those of you that are new to the channel or just don't know much about me. I've been doing calisthenics since 2009. I've got a degree in exercise science and I'm also a physiotherapist. It's safe to say that I've got a fair amount of skin in the game, a lot of practical experience, and I live this stuff, guys. I always read, research, learn and apply, and I've seen in my own training what doesn't work. I've made plenty of mistakes. I've been frustrated, haven't known what to do, when to do it and why to do it, and I've also had great success with my training, achieving goals that I've set for myself. If you guys want to save yourself plenty of time, please pay attention to this video and you'll shortcut through all those mistakes, trial and error and tribulations that I've been through. My first bit of advice would be setting realistic expectations for building strength, muscle and even mobility. When you first start out as a beginner in calisthenics, it's a really good time. What I mean is everything improves so fast every single session. You get better, your skills improve, your strength improves. You get that rapid neurological adaptation to your nervous system and it becomes more efficient, firing, how to do it, how to recruit your muscles. Things get easier every single session and it's a magic time. You're always progressing, always making gains. What you need to know that this does not last forever. I was frustrated when I first started because after a few months, my rate of progression slowed down. I thought, what am I doing with my training? Am I doing the right things? Could I be doing things more optimally? What this happens with most people is they just put on more and more work without working more intelligently. So don't get caught in the mindset that your progress will be rapid forever because it does slow down. It's normal, it happens to me, it happens to you, it happens to literally everyone, regardless of how perfect your training is, how perfect your recovery is. Keep that in mind that your rate of progress does slow down. It's natural. In terms of how fast you're going to progress on an ongoing basis, you'd have to understand the difference between specialization and generalization. When you're new to calisthenics, you should be doing general exercises, trying to build a base with general movement patterns and just trying to get stronger overall. You can't compare yourself to someone who's a specialist. This means that if you're looking at someone that specializes in handstands, they're going to be very good at handstands and they're going to progress fast with them. On the other hand, if someone just does skills like calisthenics skills, of course they're going to have a beast planche, a beast front lever, because that might be all they work on. It's cool, guys. You'll get there slower with your progress if you're a generalist. The thing that you have to understand is your progress will be slower because you're trying to do so much at once. And that's just the name of the game. You have to be satisfied with slower gains if your training is general. And if you really want one particular thing, if you specialize in it, devote your time, effort, and energy to it, you'll get better quicker at it. So just keep that in mind and look at how your training's structured and if it actually supports the objectives that you're going for. Now, social media, everyone's posting on Instagram. It's so easy to see people in the calisthenics world and then compare yourself to those people. You need to find people that have got similar stats, height and weight and experience level to you to get a realistic expectation of what you should be striving for in terms of what you can actually achieve. What I mean by this is there's absolutely no point me being 6 foot, mid 80 kilos, comparing myself to someone who's 5'1" and 60 something kilos doing a planche. It's an apple to an orange. You can't compare that because I found myself looking at stuff like that online in the past, even when I first started, and you just can't make that comparison. It needs to be a realistic comparison for it to be logical. Don't do illogical thoughts when you're just looking at things online. That's my biggest advice when it comes to social media. Draw inspiration from it, get motivated by it, see that they're working hard. That's nothing wrong with that. You just can't compare your individual body to someone else's. It's just one way to never be satisfied and never be happy. That's not a good place to be. This advice is very important for those starting calisthenics, even those that have been doing calisthenics for a while and aren't progressing. The biggest mistake I see is people not following a training program. This is just really bad, guys. You're not going to stumble upon success. You're not going to stumble towards the things that you want if you haven't even set them in place to work towards. You always default to the easier path, the easier way of doing things. And if you don't have a training program, you're going to go in for your session for the day and do what you feel as opposed to what you need. If you're just doing random training, you're going to get random results. Choose a specific training program, stick to it for 4 to 6 weeks, reassess, reevaluate, and then move on. If you can't stick to something for 4 to 6 weeks, you're not going to make good gains. It's really that simple. Point number 3 would be maintaining a lean body weight. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself this and just slap myself over the back of the head for being such a fool, because it saved me so much time and frustration. When I first started training with calisthenics, there wasn't really any intention of remaining lean, and it really affected my training. I essentially went on a dreamer bulk, eating garbage, eating it in vast quantities that I shouldn't have been. Body weight got up to the 90 plus kgs, wasn't pretty, lean body mass was quite low, body fat percentage was high, and there I was having a sook about why my front lever wasn't good, why my planche wasn't good, and why my one arm chin wasn't good. I needed to change my mindset back then to train in accordance and eat in accordance with my specific objectives. My main thing that I do is bodyweight training and bodyweight mastery. I can't be over here going on some massive bulk to get a small percentage of improvement in muscle mass, especially if that's not your main objective. I would recommend most people maintain a lean body mass of about 12 to 15-ish%, especially as a beginner. Anything higher than that is unnecessary. Muscle gain is a very slow process. If you're within that 12 to 15% range, you'll be in the environment to build muscle, don't stress. And you'll also be in a better position to actually progress with your bodyweight skills. Awesome, guys. I hope you found some valuable information from this video. And for those of you that have some calisthenics or training experience, what's one bit of advice that you wish you could go back in time, give yourself, or that you could give someone else to save them heaps of time, effort, and frustration? Just one bit of advice. Write it in the comment section below.